on, guys? Hey, y'all can hear me and see me, man. Type one in the chat. About to get it popping with some Q&A, man. Before I eat my dinner, man. I figure I just said, man, fuck it, man. We holla at the people, man. Greetings. Hold on, got some new lighting stuff. Okay. Okay, yeah. Guys, if y'all can hear me and see me, man, type one in the chat. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Greetings, 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 greetings. We got CC in the building. CC, what up? CC said one. Guys, if y'all can hear me and see me, man, type one in the chat, baby. You know what I'm saying? I just want to make sure my audios and whatnot is good, man. My ones and twos, threes and fours. What up, what up, what up, what up? What's goody? What's goody? Let's get these free guys in the chat for y'all. A little bit of housekeeping, man. If you do need help with structure, game plan, accountability metrics, proven systems that help people lose fat, build muscle, keep it off long term, create sustainable confidence, man, and become the best version of yourself, man. I'm dropping that free fat loss system in the chat just for y'all, man, for coming through. Let's get that in there. All right, it's there. Got it pinned to the top. We're gonna get TikTok in here. George Dudley says one. What up, George? What up? Oh man, it be all kinds of crazy sounds every time I go into TikTok. All right, TT, what up? What's good, TikTok? If you can hear me and see me, man, type one in the chat for your boy. We got Holly's in the chat. Says hi. What up, Holly? What's good, guys? Type in the chat. Where y'all from, man? Rep your city in the chat, man. Let me see what we got in the building. We got Rez says, sir. Rez, what up? Applesauce. What's popping? Lori, what up? Guys, Liz Marie, what up? Anthony Hicks, greetings. Police Academy, what up? What up? Jeremy Santos, what's up, Jeremy? Ray Faya, you know what I'm saying? Says hi. Holly's from Pennsylvania near Philly. What up, Pennsylvania? You know what I'm saying? What up? Daxter, right? From one of my favorite PS2 games, Jack and Daxter, right? You know what I'm saying? The brother Anthony Hicks says, what up? Yolanda Austin just joined. What up, Yolanda? CETP is one in Florida. What up? Florida's in the building. Me too. Right? The Sunshine State. Richard Salazar is from Texas. Texas was popping. Denzel Severino says, yo, like the multiple O's, like the Chris Brown song. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you. What's up, brother? Diana Guardo says hi from Maryland. What up, Diana? The Yes Man says, I'm not gay. Stop saying that. That's good for you, man. But being gay ain't bad, man. It's a lifestyle decision, man. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Be whoever you want to be. Love whoever you want to love. What's your take on Turkus Stone? Turkus Stone is it's an herb. It's a derivative of some herbs, man. It's got a lot of natural properties that have been shown in some studies, and some animal studies, to actually help promote the production of free testosterone. It's not a significant enough amount to where I think you're going to get guaranteed higher testosterone production from it. But I do think it's worth maybe taking a gander into. I'm currently on a Turkus Stone cycle. I just started this week. I'll give you guys some updates on what my experience is. If you want to learn more about boosting your testosterone levels naturally, you want to do it in a way that's very easy to understand, just grab a copy of my free fat loss system. I go in detail about all the things that help optimize your hormones from the natural perspective. Everything from the nutrition, the recovery, as well as the strength training things, and even high intensity interval training and how that plays a factor into natural testosterone production. Go ahead, go grab a free copy of that. Sup, Corey? I've been a big fan of your content on YouTube Shorts for 2 years. Appreciate that. I actually know it all. Greetings. My mother's in the chat. What up? Mama Dukes is in the building. What up? It's popping. Sunny D says, "Are you on TRT?" No, I am not. Rubidon, thanks for the clarity, bro. Headed to get a free copy now. Hey, man, hope you enjoy it, man. Go get you a free copy. No thanks for the Rose gang. Hey, shout out to the Roses, man. Because Outkast told me roses really smell like boo-boo. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that. Rodwell Kennedy says, love your content from Philly. Appreciate you, fam. Appreciate that. Glad it's helpful. Raphael says, can you sing? I do not sing, man. That's not one of my talents. I got other talents, though. Gregory Cooper says, I went from 348 to 233. Let's clap it up for Gregory. Gregory then lost 120 pounds on you haters. Y'all better acknowledge him, man. Acknowledge that excellence, brother. Congratulations. Sap Millsap says, I got a big stomach. Oh, your comment's gone. My bad. Chief Sosa Beerus. That's a great name. Is canned fruit bad for you? Nah, man. Eating too many calories is bad for you. Does it bother you when people focus on insulin instead of calorie deficit? It kills me. Nah, man, because they're related, right? The type of calories you consume, right? Quote unquote macros, the macronutrients that you consume will determine how much insulin is present in your body. That in combination with other external factors like your sleep, stress levels, how much, resistance training you do or don't do. That stuff influences insulin. Insulin does keep people fat, but it's because they overconsume calories, right? Like if you went into a calorie deficit, your insulin would drop, as a byproduct. That's just how it goes. So it's like they're saying the same thing in two different ways. Check out some of my pictures when you get a chance. I don't drink sodas, man. Hey, shout out to you, man. That soda keep your stomach big as hell. What do you think about the Rip Right crew? I don't know what the Rip Right crew is. What's that? Rip Right crew? It looked like it's a bunch of guys with no shirts on doing calisthenics. Now, I don't think about other men, ever. It's just a personal life decision. I don't be thinking about other men. Hydrate people. Hey, come on, man. Toast up on the water. Are you suggesting test boost or Nugenics? Neither. I'm suggesting lift heavy weights, drink a gallon of water every day, track your macros, intermittent fasting, get 6 to 8 hours of sleep. That shit will do wonders for your testosterone. Bebop, a decision. Decisions, they fuel the trajectory of your life. Rafaya says, love your vibe. I appreciate that, man. 36, Jimmy Bobby, 36-year-old man, 235 for 1,800 calorie deficit down, 40 pounds, been stalled for a month. Any advice? You got to change something, man. Either 1,800 calories isn't a deficit for you anymore, and you got to drop it, or you got to increase your activity. You can do that multitude different ways. If you need some different strategies, there's a few plateau breakers inside the free fat loss system. Everything from carb cycling to intermittent fasting to, what you want to do if you wanted to integrate some high intensity interval training. It's all there. But yeah, you just got to do something different, bro. Everything you did got this amount of weight off, and everything you need to do next is going to get the next layer of weight off. How do I boost my testosterone veins? It's two different questions. Testosterone is independent. The release of and having more testosterone doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to have more veins. Vascularity or veins popping is a side effect of, just having great amounts of hydration, more lean muscle mass, lower body fat percentage. Some of it is, tied to your cardiovascular health, right? Like how much blood flow and circulation that you have. Um, some of it is based off the foods that you consume, because certain foods will help to, sort of dilate the blood vessels. For example, like if you have foods with citrulline in it, that'll dilate the blood vessels. So like watermelon, for example, will help with that. But yeah, man, I don't think that they are one and the same. Those are two different conversations. You have to rewind the live to hear me talk about some of the stuff I said on testosterone, but yeah, man, they're independent. Favorite music artist? Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar is the best right now. Cory, I broke the glute machine at the gym. What other glute exercises can I do? Just do barbell hip thrusts. It's Yeah, it's literally the best movement for like specifically focusing on the glutes. Jonathan Banks on the mic. What up, Jonathan Banks? NA says, what up? Greetings. Do you recommend creatine for someone who's slightly overweight? I recommend creatine for everybody watching this. Everybody watching this should be on creatine, whether it's to build muscle, lose fat. You just want the cognitive benefits from it. It helps your brain function too. Y'all know that, right? If you a vegan or a vegetarian, you especially need to be on creatine, right? Because you're not getting any from your diet, um, or very little from your diet, I should say. But yeah, everybody should be taking creatine. It's great for strength. It's great for performance, recovery, fat loss indirectly because of those things, and you're smarter. How can I build my lower back? Build your lower back? Like you want to build stronger spinal erector muscles? I mean, you can do specific posterior chain work associated with that, like rack pulls, deadlifts, conventional deadlifts, sumo deadlifts, Romanian deadlifts. They all incorporate your spinal erectors to some degree. But if you just specifically want to focus on your lower back, right? Because I would question that. Like most people don't say I want to build my lower back. Most people have lower back pain and they want to get rid of it. That's a different conversation than what I just said. You got lower back pain, it's the opposite. You need to actually train the muscles around your lower back because those muscles are weak. So your glutes, the opposing muscle, the core, right? The rectus abdominis, the transverse abdominis. You also want to get better hip mobility too. Train your hamstrings, train your glutes, train all of that. You need more help with that, right? Go grab my Fix Your Pain playbook. It's inside the free fat loss system link too. You can go find that. When you first started your online business, what did a day look like for you? What did you focus on every day to maximize your results? It's pretty similar to how it looks now. Wake up before the sun comes up, do something active. Well, let me back up. Wake up before the sun comes up, meditate for 10 to 20 minutes. When I was in Michigan, before I moved to Florida, I would just go right into my workout, right? Now that I'm in Florida, I go for a walk first thing in the morning because it's always warm, so I can do that. But I'll do my workout right after my meditation, and then I come back, shower. If I was fasting that day, I might just, get a bunch of water and some electrolytes, and then, I just get to work. I start checking on my clients, making sure everybody's doing what the fuck they're supposed to be doing. Anybody who's not doing what they're doing, so I drop the hammer on them. What the fuck are you doing, right? And then after that, I would, if my posts were scheduled, like on all the platforms, I would just check to make sure that they went up. If, in the very beginning, before I was scheduling content, I would put my post up for the day. Anybody who commented on it, I would like reply back like, hey, thank you, blah, blah, blah. Right. And then I had a goal on social media for Facebook and Instagram specifically. I would message 20 new people every day just to say, hey, right. So it's kind of like the equivalent of like, if you own a business, you want to treat your social media accounts like a store, right? So let's say you own like a store. What's the first thing somebody says to you when you walk into a store. Like if it's good ownership there, they say, "Hey, can I help you with something?" Right? They be like, "Hey, welcome. What can I help you find?" Right? I treat my page like that, so I would just reach out to 20 new people and be like, "Hey, what's up, man? Welcome to the account. Hopefully you like the free content. You know what I'm saying? Uh, how's everything going? You need help with anything? All right, cool. And then that's it. That's basically my whole day. Can I ask a question? I hate it when people do that. Just ask your question, man. That's why we're here. What's your sign? Libra. I was born in the month of October. I do my workout after a 10-hour job welding, long days, but I get it done every day. Let's clap it up for Jason not making motherfucking excuses and making it happen. Mike Ward says that's good customer service. I would agree with that. I would agree with that. I almost get offended when I go into a store and nobody says anything to me. I be like, shit, damn, y'all want my money? Right? I'll be a little offended, right? So that's how I feel when somebody come to my account. Well, before my accounts were like hundreds of thousands of people. Now I can't talk to everybody. But in the beginning stages, I was like, hey, welcome to my account, man. Hope you enjoy everything. If you need something, hey, hit me up. What's the best thing to have for electrolytes? I really fuck with Element T, man. Element T is the GOAT of electrolytes, man. It's the best because it has the combination of high amounts of sodium, which is important. If you low carbon, if you carb cycling, keto, fasting, whatever the fuck you're doing, you need more sodium, right? It's what you call an essential micronutrient. Y'all know what that means? If you don't have enough, you're gonna die. Y'all want to live, right? Give me a thumbs up if you want to live, right? Well, if you fasted or low carb, you need some sodium, right? So this one is the only brand that has like a significant amount that you can like feel in one serving. So could I drink that on the intermittent fast? I just said that, baby. I drink it on every intermittent fast. I don't fast without it. Now, Ted Dupree, what up? What's the best diet for belly fat? Calorie deficit. Is there an excuse for someone 300 pounds football player, for example? All right, bro. I coach people who's 600 pounds, bro. What the fuck is your excuse, man? What the fuck is you talking about, man? It's people twice your size losing weight right now while you out here talking about it, your problems, man. Stop focusing on your problems. Start focusing on your opportunities, man. Yeah, well, he was 600 pounds when he hired me. Now he's not. Right? Now he's in the 400-pound club. What's the best pre-made protein shake? I like Owen, OWYN. It's a plant-based one. It's like pretty. You can find it a lot of different places now. It's got fiber. That's why I like it. It's better digestion and it keeps you fuller. I'm 250 trying to at least get to 200, 190. Frankie, I'm rooting for you, bro. Rooting for you, man. Calorie deficit is king. If you need help with getting to a calorie deficit, man, just go grab that free fat loss system. It's got tons of tips and advice on how to do it the right way so that you don't get fat again. I want abs. What do I got to do diet-wise? Iron Mike Tyson, it sounds like you are completely new to this. You just have to burn more calories than you consume, brother. It's not as complicated as the internet makes you think that it is. Ain't no special foods. Ain't no goofy ass diet, right? All the diets is doing the same thing. They manipulating your calories to put you in a calorie deficit, right? So if you want to actually like get there, you have to start tracking what you consume. Just like you know what's in your bank account right now, so you know what you can and can't buy, right? You need to know what your consumption limit is for calories, so you know what you should and should not be eating to get to your abdominal goals, right? If you've never done that before and you're a beginner, you need some help, just go grab that free fat loss system. The link is in the bio of my TikTok. It's also in the chat of my YouTube. Can you explain real quick why just doing cardio movements won't get you ripped, looking good like strength training? Because cardio sends a signal to your body to adapt to get good at cardio. So, what makes you better at cardio, right? Being smaller, because your body doesn't have to, move as much weight, right? So, when you actually get smaller with, cardio as your main sort of tool for adaptation, you're telling your body that muscle is not a priority. So if muscle isn't a priority and it's in a deficit and it needs to use something for energy, guess what it's going to start burning for energy eventually? Your muscle, right? So it starts eating its muscle. And then you end up looking like a smaller, flabby version of yourself when you lose weight. Because when you lose fat and muscle, you look the same. You don't get any more shape, more definition. You look like melted ice cream. Y'all ever seen melted ice cream? That's what the fuck you look like when you just be doing a bunch of cardio. You lose muscle. You're not lifting weights. You're not hitting your protein. You're not being consistent. You're not tracking. If you want to look like melted ice cream, you can ignore all my advice and just do a bunch of cardio and hit your weight loss goal that way. But if you don't, then I would say strength training, hit your macros, stay consistent with that. Why am I so big? Because you eat too much fucking food. That's why. Nobody else is going to tell you. I'm going to tell you the truth. I used to weigh 10 stones, but in my 30s, now I'm in my 40s, I'm 16 stones. I don't overeat. Is 6 pints of lager a day to blame? What do you think, motherfucker? Was you out here drinking all of that back then, right? If the answer is yes, then essentially you know that you're just not moving enough to be able to handle that no more, right? So yeah, man. Yeah, man. What do you think about low carb tortilla wraps? I think they're great. Corey, do you take pre-workout? Every single day. What's the best way to maintain weight after losing it? Know how you lost it, right? It's just like if you go on a flight, right? Before you get on that flight, doing a round trip, they're not gonna put you on that plane if they don't know where you're gonna land and then when you're gonna depart and come back, right? So you got a return flight. You know where you're supposed to go, when you're supposed to be there, so that you can get back home, right? A lot of you motherfuckers is just like you just getting transported to your destination and you don't have the ticket to transport you from A to B. A lot of y'all lost weight on accident, man. You don't know how the fuck you did it, so you don't know how to maintain it, right? You just got to know what you did and keep doing that forever. That's why I don't never promote doing keto or carnivore, because what the fuck I look like giving up carbs forever. You know what I'm saying? When I don't have to, right? Whatever you do to get the body, you got to continue to do to keep that body. That's why I only preach stuff that I would do forever, right? I'm gonna lift weights until I'm old and can't lift no more, right? To the day I die, I'm gonna be lifting weights. I'm gonna be drinking water till the day I die. I'm going to fast until the day I die. All of you guys fast every day. You just don't think about it. When you sleeping, you fasting. I just tell my clients to do it for more hours than their sleeping hours. That's it. So you're going to do that forever. And I'm going to eat foods in different food groups forever. Now I just track how much I consume. Just like I track my money in my bank account. I'm always going to know how much money I got. Right? Just like I'm always going to know how much food I'm putting in my motherfucking mouth. That's it. That's how you keep the weight off. You know what you did to get to your goal. What about Ozempic? That shit is trash. If you want to get fat, if you want to look like melted ice cream, right? Go take Ozempic. You're going to lose some weight, but it's not going to be the weight you want to lose. What's the best weight loss tip you can give? I think I just gave it, man. Whatever you did to get the body to lose the weight, you have to continue to do to keep that weight off. So focus on things that you can do forever. Right? You can be in a calorie deficit like forever. Whenever you want to. Right? Like whenever you want to lose some weight, you can just be like, "Oh, time to stop eating so much." That's simple, right? Right? It's not that hard. It's time to drink more water and eat less food. You know what I'm saying? You want to build some muscle? All right, hey, time to. This is a stage in my life where I'm gonna be eating more food. You know, are carbs bad? Nah, man, I eat them every day. I'm about to eat some after this. Eating too many carbs is bad because that'll keep your stomach big as hell. Do you decline bench? What are some other good lower chest exercises? I'm not a big fan of decline. I think weighted chest dips are better, are far superior for lower chest because it's hitting the chest from an angle that's really difficult to mimic. Um, and you can load. I find that you can load the decline with like a lot of weight, and it still don't feel effective, as effective as like doing weighted dips for my lower chest. I just noticed I saw more development for my lower chest when I was doing weighted dips. Elevated push-ups, that's another good one as well. Um, and then if you do cable crossovers, if you kind of angle the adjustments really high, if you come down, right, crossing downward, that'll hit more of that lower to mid chest. When you're cable crossing up, that's gonna hit more of the upper chest. What does Sabuya mean? I don't know. Wouldn't you lose weight regardless as long as you're in a deficit? I don't know what you're asking. Do barbell rows work the entire back? Yeah, for the most part. I mean, yeah, for the most part. You're hitting your lats, your rhomboids, your traps if you're doing it properly. You're just not hitting like the low back, but if you really what hits the whole back is conventional deadlifts. What's the best steak to eat? I don't think there's a best, but I'm gonna tell you my favorite. Wagyu. Y'all ever had some wagyu? Wagyu is good as hell. What's the best pre-workout? I don't think there's a best pre-workout. I think there's certain pre-workout ingredients that are superior to others. Those ingredients are beta-alanine, L-citrulline, obviously caffeine, and creatine. All my pre-workouts gotta have those four things in them. If it don't have those four, I'm not gonna take it. Can I gain muscle while being in a calorie deficit? Only if you've like just started working out. If you're in your first like 6 to 12 months, you might get lucky, but you're not gonna build a significant amount of muscle in deficit. Once your body gets adapted, it's gonna be next to impossible, right? Can it happen? Very rarely, but it shouldn't be the goal because if you want to build a significant amount of muscle, you should go into a calorie surplus. And you can't be in a surplus and a deficit at the same time. That's like turning left and right at the same time. You can't do it. What did you hit today? Some delts, arms, and abs. Even come through says keeping you big. You know the vibes. The only Wagyu I was Wagyu burger from Arby's. Arby's got a Wagyu burger? Get the fuck out of here. I'm about to start pulling up at Arby's. I ain't know they had a Wagyu burger, man. I'm talking about like steakhouse Wagyu, man. You got to treat yourself to the finer things in life, man. Go to a nice steakhouse, get you the Wagyu. It'll change how you look at steak. I'm bougie now, man. When I go to like regular steak places or regular places that have steak, I'm always comparing it to like steak houses where I pay like over $300 for like some Wagyu. I recommend everybody do that at least once. What's the best 3 to 4 day split? The best 3 day would be full body training, 3 days a week, splitting it with a rest day in between. The best 4 day, depending on the goal, experience level, it's honestly it's either gonna be full body with a focus session in between. For y'all that don't know my lingo, focus session is like what I just said. My man asked me what I did today. I focused on delts and arms, right? So I picked two muscle groups. Well, three. I did abs too. That's a focus session, right? A full body session is you hit everything. So you could do like a, full body 3 days a week, and then you could throw in like one target day where you want to like work on your weak point. Or you could do upper lower. That's another good one. What made you wear glasses? I'm blind. I can't see. That was the decision. It's like, do you want to see? Yeah. Well, put these glasses on. You'll be able to see. And I was like, okay. I was 8 years old. And from then, I just been wearing this shit. Cory, I've lost 25 pounds in 6 months with intermittent fasting and weight training. Wanted to say thank you for your videos. Let's clap it up for JJ. JJ Dowd. Big dog. Adriana Laura, hi. I'm a kid, 13. How the fuck kids getting in here, man? Okay, all right. I lost 11 pounds. Now I'm 178. 188. Please tell me how to lose more. My goal is 120 with abs. Keep doing what you've been doing. You already lost some weight. You just got to double down on what worked. Calorie deficit is king. That's the key. Calorie deficit. That's how you lost that weight. Calorie deficit. If you ain't tracking your calories, you slacking. Not tracking your calories and attempting to get to a goal is like getting in a car to drive somewhere with your eyes closed. You just in that motherfucker hoping that you don't crash. That's a lot of y'all right now at your fitness goals. You just eating and doing workouts, hoping that it work out, hoping that you get the body you want. How much longer you want to do that? All right? You tired of that? Just go get the free fat loss system, man. It's 10 years of advice and proven results in there. Yo, big salute from NYC. I learned a lot from your videos. Lost 20 pounds. Let's clap it up for Allied Cervico. He lost 20 of them things, man. Shout out to you. Will big booties help me lose weight? Big booties? I don't know if big booties have ever helped anybody lose weight. I don't think that's what they were designed for. I just ate some cake and ice cream and I work out 5 days a week. Should I be worried? Hey, you do whatever the fuck you want to do. You're an adult, right? I mean, you can do what you want to do. If you look at your belly right now. If you happy with how it looks, keep doing what you've been doing. Right? If you're not happy with that motherfucking belly, then I would say, nah, man. What's the preferred body fat percentage in your opinion? For men, it's going to be somewhere between 8 to 15%. I would say is ideal for most men. And then for women, like 20 to 25%. I think that's a good range for women. I keep a solid diet, 3 out of 4 a day. Then at night, I don't know what it is. Mentally, I need to reward with something. I start snacking on calorie dense shit, cereal, cracker. Nah, man, you don't need to do shit. You don't need to reward yourself. That's the narrative you're telling yourself to absolve yourself of the responsibility that you have not taken for those actions. The truth is, you just have an emotional regulation problem, man. There's something emotionally that you get from eating foods, like foods, especially like the shit you talking about, that processed bullshit. It causes dopamine to be released in your brain. Dopamine is happy chemicals, right? So, essentially, it's like the same reason why drug fiends, they be smoking crack. You ever seen this before? You guys have seen this, right? They be asking for change. It starts with them looking for dopamine with smoking that crack. You know what I'm saying? So essentially, they're looking for instant gratification for something, sort of escapism from their reality to feel better about their situation. So they resort to crack. You just doing that with crackers and cereal and shit. So you just have to ask yourself: do you want to continue to be dependent upon substances for your dopamine, for your happiness, or do you want to find other ways to make yourself happy so you're not dependent upon Captain Crunch and Ritz crackers and shit? What's up, Cory? Greetings. What up? Nobody is here, says W Stream. Hey, I appreciate that. Appreciate the support. Air Dane says 5'6", 142, 8%. That's what's up, man. Shout out to you. Besides calorie deficit, can you build muscle and lose weight? doing medium weights and more reps. Listen, man, I think you asking me the question of, is there a way to build muscle in a calorie deficit? And I just answered that. So I'm not gonna go through it again. You can rewind the stream and watch it again. But uh but yeah, bro, like nah, it's not the goal. It shouldn't be the goal. Um Focus, absolutely, absolutely. What's the workout to lose weight in the gym? Because I just do whatever. That's your problem. It's not a workout that's gonna make you lose weight. It's burning more calories than you consume. So it's really about controlling what you put in your motherfucking mouth every day, right? That's first. Secondarily, the signal you send to your body with an exercise will determine not only how much calories you burn, but what your body looks like when you do start to lose fat. If you need some help, man, just go grab that free fat loss system. I break it down in detail how to achieve a calorie deficit and stay there. It's the links in the bio. We're home. I want to burn. Shout out to Shauna. She's working out at home. My man Tori says banana nut muffins. That's what we call the BBB, big belly behavior. Weight loss is 10% exercise, 90% diet. I would agree with that. So treadmill, Leo didn't hear shit I just said. Everything I just said just led to treadmill. That's not what I fucking said at all. Right? You might want to rewind this and watch it again, man. Uh, uh, what would happen to someone who eats clean but doesn't work out? Would they still lose muscle? Eat clean is like, you know what that translates to? That translates to I don't have a real plan. Eat clean means nothing. Because my clean and your clean is two different cleans. So that basically means it's subjective. It means nothing. It just depends on who you fucking talking to, right? For example, I live in Florida now. My mom lives in Michigan, right? If I wanted to visit her, I could just drive north, right? But if I'm driving north and I don't have her address, what's the chances I'm gonna actually find her home to visit her? It's gonna be very slim, right? That's you motherfuckers talking about eating clean. You just driving north, hoping that you arrive at your destination magically. But you don't have an exact roadmap. You don't have a GPS. You don't have instructions. You just hoping that you get somewhere, right? So the answer to your question is, yo, driving north will get you north, right? But if you want to get to a specific outcome, you need a structure designed to get you there. Hello, Tiffany, what up? I work out at 3 a.m., cleaned up my diet, mostly eggs and grass-fed beef. They've cut my sugar cravings, live heavier, but finding cardio is a struggle. How necessary is it for weight loss? Um, you don't have to do cardio to lose weight. It depends on your lifestyle, though. Like, so the game is calorie deficit, right? Cardio burns calories, but it doesn't burn fat, right? You have to make sure that the nutrition is dialed in. So you should be tracking one. If you're not tracking, that's where you slack. Let's say you are tracking though. Like you could introduce cardio if you're not active in your day-to-day lifestyle. Let's say you sit on your ass at work, you a desk worker, or you drive all day, right? You need to probably do some cardio because you don't do any other movement that's going to help beyond the weightlifting to put you in that deficit. Another thing you can do is you can just increase your step count throughout the day, right? So intentionally track your steps with a steps tracker. This is why I teach my clients a lot of the time who hate cardio, right? Some people love it, some people hate it, right? It's kind of like there's no middle ground with it, right? So, the people who hate cardio, hey, just get some more steps. Track your steps. I track mine with my Oura Ring. And then by the end of the day, just accumulate more movement than you did prior days. So if you're doing, if you're tracking it, you can see, all right, man, I do 5,000 steps a day, which ain't shit. If you just double that and do 10,000 steps a day, yo, Tiffany, see, Tiffany, that's why you ain't losing the fat you want to lose. 6,000 steps. That ain't shit. I get that in my sleep, man. Get your ass up. Double it. Go for 12,000 steps a day. Right? And I guarantee you won't. I guarantee you're gonna come back to the chat talking about how much fat came up off you. What's up, my guy? What kind of ring is that? It's an Oura ring. It's an Oura ring, man. It tracks activity, steps, sleep, stress, everything. Can have nutrient-dense foods and working out significantly boost the immune system and make one have better brain function. That's a fact. That's a fact. Absolutely. I was at 13K before lifting heavier. Now my body says, hell no. Shit, maybe you need to tell your body, hey, you gonna do this shit. Right? How bad do you want change? That's what you gotta ask yourself. Thoughts on bison meat? Delicious. I do 100K at Amazon. You don't do 100K steps a day. You talking about per week. It's gotta be per week. Bro, because if you do 100K steps per day, yo, you the most active person on the planet. You do 100 a week for sure. I do 8,000 a day. That's not that's pretty decent. That's not bad. Working out daily in a deficit. I want to build muscle at 50. Where can I get a plan? Because I am somewhat lost and intimidated by the gym. You supposed to be intimidated by the gym. You know why? Because it's outside of your comfort zone. And the only thing that can get you to new results is to get out of your comfort zone, to start to stretch past your current capacity to get to a better version of you. You can get a plan in a bunch of different places. If you just want a free plan from me, just go to Fat Loss System below. It has a basic strength training plan in there. Oh, Tiffany gave me a super chat. Thank you, girl. Appreciate you. You can go get, like, in the free fat loss system, it's not just fat loss advice. It's like the workout structure for strength, right? Strength can translate to muscle growth if you are in a surplus. So if you turn your calories up, a lot of that advice in that system will still help, because it's like all rooted in getting strong, keeping and maintaining muscle in a deficit. And then when you come out of the deficit, reverse diet, build muscle. So there might be some good stuff in there. I just dropped a video too, on YouTube, about how to never plateau. There's me breaking down like the different phases of training. You can go watch that video as well. There's tons of places. You chat GPT, you can find some, like, there's a ton of places you can find a good workout plan. But hopefully that was helpful, man. I think just get out of your comfort zone is the core of that conversation. Like, just embrace. Right now, you're not good at this shit, and you ain't gonna never get good until you start. Trying to start working out, but the body aches after. Oh, poor baby. Right? Hey, it's supposed to hurt, man. Right there. That's how you know you're doing the shit right, man. You ain't about to get a motherfucking sympathy, right? Everybody goes through pain, right? That's a privilege of being alive. The only way that you can know the satisfaction of pleasure is to go through pain, right? So you won't know what it's like to have a better recovery until you go through this stage of you not being good at recovery, okay? All you got to do is get at least 8 hours of sleep, get at least your lean mass and protein, get a gallon of water a day, and make sure you staying consistent. Eventually it won't hurt as much, man. No pain, no gain. That's what Cyrus said, man. You know what I'm saying? Toughen up, buttercup. Ain't nobody gonna feel sorry for you, man. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Any ideas on boosting the metabolism? Yeah, man. Get you a gallon of water a day. Lift heavy weights. Eat your lean mass and protein. Get 30 grams of fiber a day. All those things in combination help your metabolism. My man asked what electrolytes I use. Hey, you might have to watch this from the beginning, man. I already went over that. But it's elementy. Michael Nix says, hi, what up, Mike Nix? Lean with it, rock with it. What up, lean with it? What's happening? Jerry Maya says, God bless, brother. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, man. The Pellegrino was hitting really good, man. All right, y'all. Well, look, I'm about to get ready to eat my dinner before I have my next meeting. If this was helpful and you want me to go live again this week, go ahead, type live in the chat. Type live in the chat, and I'll make some time to come on here and holla at y'all. Type live in the chat if y'all want me to go live again this week, man. Word. Hey, listen, I'm super happy that this is helpful for y'all. And, you know, any of y'all need help with anything, feel free to reach out to me on any of my platforms. Also, hey, I appreciate that. Appreciate the love. If you need a structure to help you get to your goals faster, just go grab my free fat loss system. It is in the link in the chat for y'all on YouTube. TikTok, y'all got to go check the bio. Till next time, y'all. Peace.